Hi everyone, this is Peter. Today I want to introduce is the Lupo Superpanel Full Color 30 and also 60. As you know, there's a lot of RGB lights in the market and also different brands making it too. So what is the advantage for this Superpanel Full Color? I will probably separate this review into three parts. The first part is, okay, what's the advantage of this series, of this Superpanel Full Color, and also how can you use the RGB lights. And then the other part will be the functions on this light, because there is a lot of functions. You can set the different things, and then I will showing you how to do it. And then at the last part will be the photometrics, which I will show you both lights in daylight and tungsten, from 1 meter to 5 meters, what's the lux level, the CLI and the TLCI level. So as you see, the full color series, and then they come with two sizes. So this is the 30 and this is the 60. Both is actually all-in-one design, which is good because, okay, if you are always in a hurry, because nowadays like maybe the shooting time is so tight, and then for this kind of light it will be easy because, okay, you just need to set up your light stands, put your light, and then maybe if you're in a hurry, you just only need to put on the V-mount batteries on top, and then no need to worry about like where is the plug is, and then you can switch it on and then you can start to shoot right now. And other than the 30, even the 60 can using two V-mount batteries to operate. And also the weight is probably very light. I cannot say it's super light, but at least you can actually easily operate by one person like me. This is actually very useful because in some times, and then you know there's a lot of brand, for example like RE, Sky Panel, is even the 30 is actually very heavy, and also it will be a lot of limitations when you're using a DC power. But now, okay, you just need a V-mount batteries, and then maybe which is you can buy from anywhere, any brands, and then it will be much easier for you for the daily run and gun kind of shooting situations. The other thing I want to talk about is the green and magenta add and minus functions in the RGB lights. Because, okay, the RGB lights, other than you can switch to whatever color it is, and also they can actually like maybe give you the traditional daylight and tungsten. But what's the difference in between the traditional one and also the RGB is the green and magenta. For example, like these situations, because, okay, I'm using the professional light, so that means the color temperature will always be very accurate, and also there will be no shift to green and magenta. But the fact is, if you go to some area, for example, like maybe an office area, and then maybe they are using the normal fluorescent light, you will always find out why my shots is always a bit green or magenta, especially if you're using a lot of like maybe shitty China-made light, maybe lights after a period of time, and then they will actually shift to maybe a more magenta and more green. For those kind of situations, maybe your lights can add green and magenta will be very important for you. Because what you need to do is, you just need to actually using a color meter, get the informations, and then you will see, okay, how many green and how many magenta you want to add or minus. So once you do that, and then you type in the informations into the RGB lights, and then you will replicate exactly the same situations at the environment. So when you're using the white balance, and then you will get a perfectly match the environment color temperatures, and then for these situations. So I think this is even more important for the if you compare with the functions which you can maybe generate different colors. But other than that, okay, gel is always been a hassle for shoots, because like, okay, maybe for some situations you want to maybe create some special color. For example, I want to have like maybe bloody red. So for this situation, you need to have to put on a gel. But you know that once you put on the gel, and then light intensity will be dropped at least like 3 to 4, especially when you put on a very deep color like maybe gel, maybe a deep green, deep blue, those kind of stuff. But for the RGB, you just only need to know what's the model number of your gel, and then you're using some apps, which those apps will show you the RGB value or maybe hue angle and the saturations. Once you type in the informations, and then they will replicate exactly the same color as the gel you want to use. And also the light intensity will not drop because you put on like maybe a different kind of gel. So First, you no need to buy the gel anymore, and then the other thing is you can create millions of colors, and then which you want to do, because once you have the hue angle and also the saturations, you can produce whatever color you want. So this is a very main functions, which is the advantage to use the RGB mode. For the next part, I will showing you how easy the functions you can set through this full color system.